Hi, I'm Stock Investor Davis. Welcome to the channel. We're going to take a deeper look at Netflix stock today, focusing on its earnings per share and price to sales ratios, both currently and based on what management has provided, which in this case will bring us to its period ending March 31st, 2024 and December 31st, 2024. Then we'll close by applying our findings to its current technical chart. Before we get started, please tap that subscribe button. And if you find this video informative, give it a like. There are chapters below if you want to skip ahead to a specific section. Otherwise, if you have any questions or notes, let me know in the comments. Starting off with the company's current price to earnings analysis, we have at the top its current trailing 12-month earnings per share, which is $12.01. On the top right is the breakdown by quarter of that trailing 12-month figure. Through some research of the company's past trading history, I found that the company primarily trades between 29 and 55 times its earnings per share, focusing on the past 3 years. With that information, we can calculate a fair value range of between $348 and $661, thus making the current price of $557 appear fairly priced, favoring the seller side. Next, we have its current price to sales analysis, giving us another way to value the company. We have at the top its current trailing 12-month sales of $33.72 billion, and the breakdown by quarter for that figure is in the top right. We also show the shares outstanding of 444.3 million, resulting in the company having $75.90 in sales per share outstanding. Through some research, I found that the company primarily trades between 5 and 9 times its sales. Using this information, we can calculate a fair value range for the company between $380 and $683, with the current price of $557. It's within the fair value range, slightly favoring the seller side. Looking ahead to its next quarter expectations, we can see management is forecasting revenue of $9.24 billion with earnings per share of $4.49. When we apply these figures to our trailing 12-month figures on the right, we arrive at revenue of $34.8 billion and earnings per share of $13.62. At this point, we are assuming the shares outstanding will remain the same at 444.3 million and leading to net income of $6.1 billion. Using these expectations and multiplying it by our previously established price to earnings range, we have a projected fair value range between $395 and $749. Resulting in the current price of $557 being a fair value, slightly favoring the buyer side. Shifting to the price to sales analysis for the projected next quarter, we can estimate a sales per share figure of $78.33 by using the metrics discussed previously. Applying this estimate to our established fair value range for price to sales, we have a projected fair value price range between $392 and $705, resulting in the current price of $557 being a fair value, slightly favoring the seller side. Looking further ahead to its guided full year results, management has stated a projection of healthy double-digit revenue growth for the full year. The consensus among analysts has taken this to mean a 13% growth, which appears reasonable. By us taking that 13% revenue growth, we calculate an estimated revenue of $38.2 billion for the year. Then, after using some additional assumptions, such as projected operating margin and tax rate for the year, we estimate total net income of about $7.1 billion, assuming shares remain the same at 444.3 million. We arrive at a projected $15.94 for the year. Once we apply that forecast to our reasonable price to earnings range, we arrive at a fair value price range between $462 and $8.77, resulting in the current price of $5.57 appearing fairly priced, favoring the buyer side. Pivoting to our price to sales analysis of the projected full year, we can estimate a sales per share figure of $86.03 by using the updated metrics discussed. Applying this estimate to our researched fair value range for price to sales, we have a projected fair value price between $430 and $774, resulting in the current price of $5.57, appearing fairly priced, slightly favoring the buyer side. As a summary for our earnings per share calculations, at the top, we see where it currently stands today, and on the bottom, we have our forecast based on management's guidance for the next quarter ending March 31st, 2024. As a summary for our price to sales calculation, at the top, we see where it currently stands today, and on the bottom, we have our forecast based on management's guidance for its next quarter ending March 31st, 2024. Finally, to wrap up by looking at the technical chart, I've added some boxes to highlight areas where, to me, it makes sense to either add to the position in green or take profits in red. This image includes all the stock valuations we discussed. It's small, but there are labels for each set of boxes, which I note as there is a swap that occurs between its price to sales estimate being the higher range to later on its price to earnings being the higher range. Currently, the price is within our range for either valuation measure, slightly favoring the seller side. I'll update these ranges as the results come in. Otherwise, technically, since releasing its earnings, the price has far surpassed its noted uptrend beginning June 2022. The current bottom of the uptrend range is $4.59 and the top is $5.15. Also spotting resistance near $5.70. I don't like the price, but let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.